Greetings, my fellow YouTubers. I'm Doyle, aka the Big D of Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews, with a review of It Chapter 2. Yes. Now, although I do quickie reviews for movies I just went and saw, but this one will not be a quickie review, because this movie is pretty darn long, since it was criticized for being too long, which I completely understand, and its scares were a little light and weak and what have you from the way I'm reading Word. Yeah, weaker scares compared to its predecessor. But almost kind of creeped me though. I don't scare that easily, but I do get creeped out though. But anyway, I still think it's good in some ways. But anyway, the cast includes... I'm only going to give the grown-up versions. Now, the kid versions of the Losers Club actually return, which we do see in flashbacks. Now, the grown-up version of Beverly is played by Jessica Chastain. The grown-up version of Bill is played by James McAvoy. Funny guy Bill Hader as the grown-up version of Richie. Isaiah Mustafa as the grown-up version of Mike. Jay Ryan as the grown-up version of Ben. James Ramone as the grown-up version of Eddie. And Andy Bean as the grown-up Stanley. Now, anyway, and Teach Grant as the grown-up version of Henry Bowers, the bully from the first movie. The one who terrorized the Losers Club. Also, wouldn't be complete without Bill Skarsgård, once again playing the demonic clown known as Pennywise. Now, since after seeing the original miniseries a week ago, I will say that It Chapter 2 actually kind of does have some of those moments like in the second chapter of the miniseries from TV. Well, strange happenings have been going on years after the Losers Club went their separate ways, and now in the present day in Derry, Maine, killings are starting to happen again. And, well... yeah, this guy named Adrian and his boyfriend Don are terrorized and attacked by homophobic youths. Then Adrian is thrown from a bridge and then soon is rescued, but not by someone good, but something dangerous. Pennywise kills him. Yeah. Don watches helplessly. Mike, the member of the Losers Club, overhears about this and contacts his other Losers Club friends, and they return to Derry for not just a reunion, but word on what's going on. However, Stanley, their friend, commits suicide after Mike's call. So they reunite and slowly begin to recover their memories, but are terrified by disturbing visions and what have you caused by it. And then they soon learn about Stanley's suicide. However, when Richie and Eddie decide to leave, while Mike reveals to Bill that he met a Native American tribe who showed him a vision of it arriving to Earth from the stars, and informed him of the ritual of Chud, a way of destroying it once and for all. But anyway, Henry Bowers, meanwhile, after having surviving his death from the first movie, escapes a mental institute and is heading back to Derry. Caused some real trouble here. So apparently, various members of the Losers Club, they go through all sorts of places like abandoned arcade, old underground clubhouse of theirs, lots of other spots. But later on, Bowers catches up and tries to kill him. And soon they finally destroy him and soon head for the Nightbolt house to help Bill because Bill wants to take care of it alone. But, well, they won't let him do it alone. They're gonna go help him. Now, if you have yet to see the movie, I'm gonna go ahead and give you what happens about at the end. So if you've not seen it, you got 5 seconds to stop. Okay, and by that I meant to stop the video. Sorry. Anyway, the last part of the movie, the group descends into a big, massive cavern underneath the sewers and complete the ritual. But unfortunately, however, it is able to withstand the ritual unaffected, and it takes on a giant form of a spire-like form with Pennywise's head. Yeah, unlike that. I don't know how to explain it, because I didn't like the spider creature from the miniseries. This one's much more creepier. Well, and it pressures Mike to reveal that to the Losers that the natives who attempted the ritual in the past have all perished, and are then thrown into nightmarish scenarios. After getting through, Richie is soon paralyzed by the hypnotic deadlights and is about to be killed, but eventually Ace saves him, but he eventually sacrifices himself and gets impaled in the process. They realized, the rest of the Losers regroup and realize that if they stand up to him and make him feel smaller than he actually is, then they could actually defeat him. And that's what they did. They started calling calling it all sorts of names. I'm not going to give you all of them. I don't want to try and go with strong language or anything for this review, thank you. But anyway, they managed to get him down, and after that, Pennywise was no more. And he dies from his injuries, despite Richie tried to save him. But anyway, him and the rest of the Losers are forced to escape as the house crashes in on itself. Which that was pretty cool. And then they return to a quarry where they once swam together. And Beverly realized it was Ben who wrote him a mysterious letter she found when she returned to her father's old apartment. But someone else was taking it. It was one of the main versions of it. But anyway, in the end, the Losers receive posthumous letters from Stanley explaining some various stuff. But I'm not going to get into all that. But that's how the story goes. While Chapter 2, it may not be getting much good response like its predecessor, and I know I don't have to remind you it didn't open as strong as its predecessor, I still have to admit, It wasn't too bad. It did have some pretty funny moments too, just like the first one did. So, in other words, let me put it to you this way: it's a mixed bag. It's of funny stuff, action, drama, and of course horror. So, would I suggest seeing it? Why not give it a shot? Give the dice roll and give it a shot. If you like the first one, watch the second one. Because if you're a completionist, go see It Chapter 2. I think you might enjoy it. But anyway, that's all I wanted to tell you about It Chapter 2. What did you think of It Chapter 2? Let me know in the comments section. Like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching. Until next time, everyone, this is the Big D, and I'm saying, see ya.